My name's Nick Rose. I'm 5'9" right now, about 130.
130?
230. 330.
Yeah, 130.
Man, I was like 240, but I've cut back down and tried to be tighter, just be a better overall bodybuilder. So, what do you want to talk next? Go in our.
What's your height and weight?
That's what I did.
What's your height?
Oh, I did 5'9". Yeah. It's on tape.
5'9". Okay. What's your last show you did, buddy?
I did the North Americans. I had an opportunity. My gym sponsored me. Said they'd pay for my way to get there, and since I was qualified, I was like, why not? It was really good.
See what a national show like.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. I mean, this experience alone was worth it. It's not. I mean, I didn't expect to be, a top competitor or anything there, but I plan to be someday. So it was a good stepping stone to figure out how to get there and what it's like to get there. So I took the opportunity. It was awesome.
Yeah, like I know a lot of competitors who, one guy I know took 17th, and the next year he got third at juniors. So sometimes it's just good to get your feet wet and see what it's like.
Yeah.
Because it's totally different than state level.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it was, I mean, the guys there were impressive. Even the way the show is ran, I think there was like 800-900 people there, and that show was just boom, 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 quick, quick, quick. I mean, when I walked out, we didn't even do mandatories to begin with. It was quarter turns and then get off stage. Next guys came, and then it was call-outs and then mandatories. So it was like you had to be on your game to stand out, Yeah. So it was good experience.
Okay, today you did legs, bud. Go ahead and take us through your workout, the movements, and what you like.
Yeah. First, we started off with just laying leg curls. In the past, like with lifting, I've done DC training, and then now I like a lot of like John Meadows stuff. But both of them follow with hamstrings first. So that's what we did first. And actually, with these leg curls, I follow the DC style leg curl, which was like a rest pause. You do about 12, 15 on your first set to failure, and take about 30 seconds, and then do it again till failure, which should be about half as many, so say about 6 or 7, and then another 30 seconds, and then last and final set is to failure again, which is about half as many as your last one, so probably about 3, 4, whatever. So we just follow that style of lift for the leg curls, and then just like with my own addition to DC, and then after that we followed with one big pump set of about 20 reps, just to, after the heavy stuff, just fill it with blood at the end before we moved on to seated leg curls, which we did with this one's just more concentrated. I stuck around with like 12, not really to failure, but good squeeze, contraction. You probably see like I have my hands on my side. I actually put my fingers on my hamstring so I could actually feel and picture my hamstring contracting and shortening. And then we would do like 12 of those, and then I'd jump over to dumbbell straight leg deadlift. And like the way I do those, just like if you were to like stretch your hamstring like before a run or something, how you kind of kick it out, bend it a little bit, and then kind of sink your hips back into it. That's kind of how I do my straight leg deadlift. I kind of sink my hips down and kind of lean backwards and stretch the hammy, and then come back up. I don't stand all the way up either. I try to keep a constant tension and constant stretch contract on it, so I don't come all the way up and use my lower back at the top of the movement. So that's how I did those. And then so we did just 3 sets there, and that was it for hammies. Moved on to leg press. Since this is my first quad movement, I do quite a bit of warm-ups. I usually start with 2 plates and do like 30 reps or whatever, and I just keep adding 2 plates until I get to what I plan on working with. So I warm up, pretty gradually, let my muscles and my nervous system kind of adapt and get ready for the weight. And then today we did like a I think I picked these up from John Meadows too. I just follow a lot of his stuff, as probably most people know who he is and what he does. So we did a thing. It's like one giant set again, kind of like the first leg curl, but it's 10 sets, 5 sets of 10 reps. So, and with each in between each set, there's 10 seconds rest. So it's almost like a big, giant 50 rep exercise. So you do 10 reps, rest 10 seconds, 10 reps, rest 10 seconds. You do that 5 times. The first 1 or 2 aren't too bad. 3 and 4 start getting you. 4 and 5 are usually pretty killer, and they're burning pretty bad. So that's what we did. Finished that. Went in the squats. I like doing squats later because I don't have to fight and kill the weight. I could focus more without the weight being so heavy after doing all this stuff already. So we started with I think 315, did 20, and then 365 for, 12 or something. But as much as I can, I try to, on any muscle I'm working, I try to do constant tension. I don't really like to do.
Also real controlled movements too.
Yeah, I try to, because when it's controlled, it's more focused on the muscle. It's like I said, when you're worried about fighting the weight, it's not as pinpoint focused on the actual muscle. I feel in my mind, I'm able to put my mind in the muscle lifting it, and it's something I've had to work on, but I feel like I'm pretty good at it now. And yeah, so I don't know. I think that was all I was going to say about that. Like Forrest Gump says, that's all I got to say about that. So, and I think Jeff threw on 2 more plates and did a warm up of 6 plates.
We didn't feel that much.
What do we do after that? And then I went to.
Hamstrings or?
No, yeah, we did extensions. Yeah, hammies were all done. We did, I think, just 3 sets. Usually I go up, do a bit of a squeeze, usually hold for a 1 count or whatever, and then lower it, and up and squeeze, lower it. Again, everything's on the muscle. It's almost like thinking about flexing the muscle under a load, I don't know. It's hard to explain. It's just something that you evolve over time when you lift. It's hard to explain that connection, but it's almost like you disassociate yourself from that actual weight. It's like I said, it's just perceived intensity. So as long as you're stretching, contracting that muscle under an intense load, the actual weight doesn't matter, because it's the intensity that the muscle experiences rather than the weight, So we did that, gradually increased the weight up to the 3rd set, and then 3rd set, I think we did a double drop. And I'll keep going even if I can't get the weight all the way up. I'll do partials, and it really hurts, but I like it. And then the last quad movement, we went to hack squats. So my legs are really full right now. So on this, it's more of the stretch. I get down in the deep position, and just the leg bending like that, it's a real hard stretch. A little painful because you're so full. But that's the stretch part, is that I go down deep, kind of hold it for a second, let the muscle stretch. And then on some of them, I'll actually stand up slowly and contract my quads. It's almost like if you were doing a buddy drag, where you kind of lean back and your leg extends out to again, it's hard to explain, but I don't just press up. It's almost like an extension and press at the same time, because your legs are so far underneath you, just like if you were backpedaling, like if you're dragging someone. It's like they come underneath you, and again, I can't really explain it unless I'm.
See it.
Yeah, you could see it, but even if you see it, it's hard to see what's going on, because it looks like you're just going up and down. But even when I train people, I try to teach that. It might look like you're moving a weight, but what's going on in the mind will really change the way the weight feels on the muscle. Just you could see someone moving a weight, but then you tell them how to think about moving that weight, and it'll feel totally different. For beginners, I mean, most advanced people know, when you do your back, it's like your grip should be loose, and you're trying to picture your elbow getting back. But someone who hasn't ever done that, you could feel your back totally different. And just like with any muscle, it's in the mind. And even if you like I said, you could see what the weight's doing, but unless you explain what's going on in the mind, it's hard to really explain how it's being lifted. So, and whether you could see that or not on the video, but so we did that, and then I think just finished with some calves. Nothing special. I just did I've been doing calves more often, not just on leg day. I think I did a little touch up yesterday. So today I did seated yesterday. I did a little standing today, about 4 sets. ascending in the weight. So I did like 20, 25 and go all the way down to like 10, 12. And then usually with that one, I'll do a drop or something like that. So I think that was about it today. And I went through some posing. I wanted to be a Marine. That, like I said, I was really in the Navy SEALs too. I like that kind of stuff. And I think, I don't have any doubts that I could have made it just because of my mentality and ability. But I went with the Marines and became I fulfilled that goal, which was a childhood dream kind of. Like, I made it. I got there and I became a scout sniper. It's pretty elite. It's hard, not many people were ever able to make it through both.
Marines in themselves are like the badasses of
yeah.
I have a bunch of friends in the Army and I have a few in the Navy.
Yeah.
And one in the Air Force, and they would always, the Marines would always give them shit.
Right.
Because you guys were the hardcore.
Yeah, that's what they're known for, and that's what drew me to them, because they're, the best of the best. So that's what's always been, drew me to them. And then, Scout Snipers was just a whole nother step. Even of the people who become Marines, not a lot become Scout Snipers. So, that was a big achievement for me, and I was, like I said, it was a goal, and I achieved it. So, so basically I went in after high school, did a deployment as a regular infantryman, and then came back and was able to go get selected for the Scout Sniper Platoon, and then got selected from them to go to the sniper school in Hawaii, which was cool. That was about 3 months long. It's pretty tough, like I said. Even the guys that get selected, I think the average drop, you see it on Discovery Channel and stuff, the average success rate's what is it, I think 40% of people get dropped, I think, from the school, not be able to make it. Not a lot of people quit. It's just the requirements for either shooting, stalking, all that, land navigation, to meet the certain scores and stuff to pass. It's hard. So I did a second deployment as that. And it was a cool opportunity. I guess it wasn't exactly what I expected, because being a scout sniper, being elite, you're still attached to normal infantry, so you're still kind of under this umbrella of micromanaged and babysat. Because normal infantry, it's just you get kids from 18 years old, and so you're not really big boy rules like you would be in special forces or something. So after the Marines, I came back home to Michigan for maybe, I don't know, a semester of school, and then I was able to go contract as a personal security specialist. And for the State Department, we worked with Triple Canopy, which was the replacement for Blackwater once they got booted. Basically, all the guys I worked with were all Blackwater guys. We did the same stuff. And then I was actually a designated defensive marksman for them, so a diplomatic sniper. And we did, we protected. We had Joe Biden come through, and we did one for Arnold. I got pictures with him. It's cool walking side by side with your M4 down, through the embassy with Arnold. A big circle around Arnold. It was is this really happening? Because especially Arnold, he doesn't really belong in Iraq. He's a poster, poster boy. It's usually all these guys that come through Iraq are just these diplomats and people doing meetings and stuff. But so it was pretty sweet, and then even cooler that our team was selected to help him out. So I did that for 2 years. I got out and finished that in 2011, which was sweet. That was my coolest thing I've done. I miss it sometimes, but my next goal is, bodybuilding. And I've never really been afraid to just go, even if it's against the norm, to go, just chase my goals. Become a Marine sniper was not a lot of people want to do that. And it doesn't lead to a lot of future opportunities, except for contracting was cool, but real world opportunities, not really. But screw it, it's life experience. You get one life to try it all. So that's what I'm going to try to do with bodybuilding. I know it's not a career path or anything like that, but it's an experience, and I want to, it's something I want to do. So I feel like I could achieve it if I just, through both hard work and doing everything, intelligently, more than the next guy, training smarter, eating smarter, and harder too. So I feel like I could do that. So, and then that's kind of where we are now. I use this experience to help out other people with dieting and prepping and stuff. And that's what I want to get out of bodybuilding, is not just for me, but, I was that young kid who looked up to athletes and stuff too. And with all the experiences I've had in my life, I feel like I could share a good perspective and outlook on life to help motivate and maybe guide other people. You never know who you're going to touch, and and motivate. You could, and change someone's path someday. So it's all a big continuous circle. I don't know. I try to look at this whole experience as more philosophical than just superficial. So yeah.
Well, dude, no, that's awesome because I filmed and worked with a lot of people, and there's not too many times. I mean, it's a vain industry.
Yeah,
yeah. And it's very self-appreciative, or it's
yeah.
So now a lot of people are looking to give back.
Yeah,
so that's very cool.
Yeah.
Different viewpoint to look at. So.
Yeah, I try. I mean, my biggest fallback is I'm not the greatest social person, so it's kind of a double net. It kind of holds me back too because I'm not really good with people. But from a distance, I try to motivate people. I guess but I try to work on the social part after a while. Yeah. And then too, being so focused on yourself, you get to explore yourself and find out internally what your purpose is. Think about deeper things because you are not just focused on the physical, but it's mental and spiritual too. It's a whole journey, and you develop yourself, and then you share that with other people. And I don't know. It's like I said. I guess it gets more philosophical, so I don't know. I could just keep going into it, but some people might get bored with it.
If someone wants to reach you, is there how's the best way to contact you?
Probably Facebook is with anyone else because I have an email, but I'm sure most people emails get flooded with spam and stuff, and it just Facebook. I mean, just look up Nick Rose. I'm in Michigan, DeWitt, Michigan, so there shouldn't be too many other people. Especially, look at my profile pictures, you'll see sniper and contracting pictures. I mean, that's him. So yeah, you just message me on there. I mean, people message me all the time as long as, so you always get some weird questions and weird stuff. I mean, everyone does, but, legitimate people looking for guidance or knowledge without looking for, without wanting you to hold their hand. I'm fine with, just, sending messages back and forth to help people out. But, if people want to actually work with me, you could do that too. But I don't mind just giving people tips and guidance here and there. So, yeah, just get a hold of me on Facebook is pretty much the best way.
And if you're a shooter.
Yeah.
Because Nick could probably, besides being a Marine, he's a sniper too, and now he weighs 230 pounds. So.
It will crush you.
I can kill you with my bare hands. Okay, well, good deal, man. We will look for doing a video with you later in the off season, man.
Yeah.
Hope everything goes well, and definitely follow up with you next year as you're prepping for a show. So.
Yeah, thanks, Jeff. I appreciate your time to come out here and do this for me.
Yep. Good luck with everything, man. Hope everything goes well for you, and hope your off season is very excellent and goes well.
Thanks.